Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for the University of Miami's Masters in Engineering and Management virtual information session. If you are here tonight, the Masters of Engineering Management program is ideal for individuals who are going into and looking for leadership and management roles in engineering, technology, and other technical fields. So tonight we're going to go over the program. You're going to learn a little bit from faculty and our admissions team. We are going to talk a little bit about what makes UOnline and our experience unique. We're going to talk a little bit about admissions requirements and deadlines. And then, of course, we're going to talk about the curriculum. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so who am I? Hello, everyone. My name is Shelby Hoffman, and I am the executive director here at University of Miami. I look over our enrollment team and our enrollment team and our student success team. So along with me tonight, we have Omar Perez. Hi, Omar.
Hello.
Hi. Many of you have probably had the chance to talk to Omar on the phone. He is our lead enrollment coach, or sorry, enrollment advisor for this program. And he is here to help with any questions you have tonight and in the future. So you will see that there is a QA chat. And if anyone would like to come off and type themselves or ask any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. He will be there to help you. And then we're going to have a Q&A session here at the end as well. So next slide, please. All right, so a little bit of housekeeping items. Let's dive in here. So this information session is going to be about 45 minutes in length. We are going to hear from faculty, like I said. We're going to talk a little bit about the course curriculum. This session is actually also going to be recorded, and we will send it out after so that you can listen to it with yourself, share it with your friends, share it with your coworkers, share it with your boss, whoever you would like to share this with. We'll send this out after as well. And then we have with us faculty, Dr. Omo Chuno with us tonight, and he is going to answer a lot of questions that we may have. So we'll dive into that as well. And, oh, sorry, go ahead. So just a little bit about the program as at a glance. Again, we're going to dive into this in detail, but this curriculum for engineering management is designed to have 10 courses. Each course is going to be about 15 weeks long, and it's going to be completed in 20 months. So why is that important? This program is designed for the working professional. So, we have many of our students who are, coming from a lot of different backgrounds, engineers currently who are looking to either move into leadership roles or advance their technical skills. So they are able to work as they continue to move through this program. We are SACS accredited, and one amazing thing about this program is there's no GMAT or GRE required for admissions. So that means you can focus on what really matters and reach those academic and professional goals rather than studying for a GRE or GMAT right now. So another thing that we'll go into as well is our curriculum and our faculty, but we have some amazing faculty on our staff here at University of Miami that are practitioners themselves. They're in the field themselves, and they're here to bring real world experiences to the virtual classroom. And our faculty and our students are from all over the nation as well, which makes this program unique. All right, so let's get started. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce Dr. Omochuno. Hello, how are you tonight? Thank you so much for being with me.
Good. Hello,
Good.
Shelby. Yeah.
Good. Well, thank you. Thank you for being here representing, the College of Engineering. You can go in a little bit about yourself, but I know you, are faculty and you focus really on industrial and systems engineering. So we're going to maybe talk a little bit about that tonight. Is there anything you would like to add about yourself? Please jump in and introduce
I'm
yourself.
delighted to be here and I want to welcome all of you. We're glad and happy you're able to join us. Thank you, Shelby, for
Yeah,
coordinating this and making this a reality. As you may know, the program itself is housed within the Department of Industrial and Systems Engineering. And so much of the flavor that you're going to get here is essentially systems engineering, management engineering, the business school, the technical components of what engineers do, but with a business twist to it. So I'm happy to be a part of this and looking forward to answering your questions.
good. Well, some of my questions tonight are going to focus on, flexibility and in the online arena, and then talk a little bit about faculty and teaching, a little bit about our alumni and career support, and then wrapping up with student questions. So let's go ahead and get started. The first question that I have for you tonight is, what are some of the key benefits of completing this program online, especially for working professionals?
Um, is that for me, Shelby?
Yeah, that's for
Oh, okay.
you.
All right.
I can
Um,
help.
That's a great question, and I must hasten to tell you that this was precisely why a program like this was created. We started off with the needs, wants, and expectations of working professionals. We did a significant number of surveys to get a sense of what industry partners are seeking. And we also spoke with several people who indicated that there is a need for a course like this. So this was essentially our attempt to bring industry professionals who are currently exposed to a technical environment and who desperately have said they need skills, management skills that are important in trying to do their jobs effectively. And so this program has been intentionally crafted in such a way that everything from the sequencing of the courses all the way to who's teaching them, we have been very intentional about it. We've selected the very best people we have to offer these courses, and you're going to see that as you begin to interact with them. So we're leveraging the advantages of being in a city like Miami. And this has become, I think, next to New York. Some say this is the next financial district of the country. And so we are relishing that particular honor that we currently have and enjoy. And we're looking to tap into all of these resources in enriching this program. So there's going to be a ton of unique features or characteristics that you could identify with this program.
Wonderful. Thank you. I'm going to go to a little bit about faculty. I know when we were meeting about bringing, this program online, we talked a lot about the faculty strengths. So what do you see as the greatest strength of the faculty in this program as they are, practitioners themselves? And what kind of experiences are they bringing to this classroom here at Miami?
I want to start with Dr. Mario Berovidis, who joined us about a year ago, and we brought him in specifically for this program. He comes to us from Virginia Tech, where he got his PhD, and was a professor at Texas Tech for many years. He was AT&T chaired professor and renowned scholar, particularly in the area of engineering management. He's also a fellow of the Engineering Management Society. And so we have him here leading many aspects of our program. He's done this extensively. He's very familiar with the online environment, and he helped us as we attempted to structure this course. I mean, this program. So that's a huge plus for us. The other thing you're going to find with the faculty, many of them have done extensive consulting work for industry. In other words, they've been faculty members, but they've also had afoot in industry, designing real life solutions to complex problems. And they've done this quite effectively. Every single one of the people we have lined up to teach in this program have that kind of a background. Dr. Miville, Nina Miville, she comes with over 20 years in the healthcare industry, in the insurance industry, and the finance industry. Again, these are the kinds of people we have who've really done a lot in their
Mhm.
previous life and are now extending or bringing that particular skill set to bear in teaching in a program like this. So we're delighted to have them. Now, there's a long list of them. I'll just mention one more. Dr. Mogadas, he is one of the leading experts in the area of data analytics. He's
Okay.
done analytics applied to energy, analytics applied to healthcare. He is the guru when it comes to data analytics. Everyone in the field knows his name. They're quite familiar with his work. And he is going to be teaching the data analytics course,
Which
which
is one of the first classes for
which
this.
is one of the first classes you're going to have. Yes,
Mhm.
well
Could you
renowned.
could you tell us a little bit about the outcomes of that introduction to applied data analytics course? Do you, I know
Absolutely.
you're not the teacher, but maybe you have a few.
Yes. So the idea here, and as most of you know, data analytics drives performance at every level in every sector of the economy. The whole idea here is how do we take data, raw data, and attempt to derive insight that left to their own devices would never become obvious.
Mhm.
And that's what analytics does. We basically take raw data, we convert it into information, and then we extract insight, powerful insight, aided by tools like AI and so on. So without that insight, it's almost like driving a car with no sense of what's ahead of you. And now we have this powerful series of tools that Dr. Mogadas will bring to bear in trying to basically show us what we could do with data. So at the end of this course, you have to believe that you're going to have incredible ability to look at data, qualitative or quantitative, and be able to do a whole lot more than anyone has ever done in the past. And so that's perhaps one of the outcomes. Can you look at data and then give it some degree of interpretation, analysis, and then ultimately be able to extract insight? Insight is what then allows and propels management to make decisions effortlessly.
Yep.
And so you can count on being able to do this. There's several tools that are
Mhm.
in play as you attempt to reach this level of outcome.
Wonderful. Just so since you touched on that first class that they'll be taking, ISE 612 is another class that they're going to be taking. That's
Correct.
statistical
That's
quality
quality.
control and
Yes.
quality management. Is there anything you'd
Yes.
like to say about some of the program outcomes, or sorry, the course outcomes for that class?
Absolutely. So I used to teach, I taught that course for many, many years here. In fact, they use one of my books for it,
Okay.
Principles of Total Quality, which I wrote many, many years ago. Um, that course is uniquely designed to help organizations understand, measure, and improve quality. So we think of quality in the context of a predictable degree of uniformity and dependability at low cost and suited to the market. So at the end of a course like this, students are going to understand what it takes to define quality and how companies, especially leading companies, how they achieve the goals of quality. Whether that means zero defect or it
Mhm.
means rallying the workforce to be able to focus on the quality culture that an organization has, All of those kinds of things are discussed in this particular course. So we talk about lean principles and Six Sigma, some of these concepts that are out there. You're going to become an expert at doing it. The person teaching this course is uniquely qualified, Michael Caballero. He is just an incredible force. Students have enjoyed taking this course with him over the years, and we're looking forward to you interacting with him.
That's awesome. Just because you're so passionate about curriculum, this isn't a question on my sheet tonight, so I'm going a little off script. What is your favorite class in the curriculum here?
Well, I am biased towards the 512, 612. Obviously.
Mm.
It's quality management. I mean, whether you're in the airline industry or the cruise line industry or the financial services sector or even the government, quality is fundamentally addressed in every one of these sectors. It used to be that the concept of quality was relegated to those in manufacturing, not anymore. Service organizations like healthcare companies, one of my books talks about healthcare quality management. Uh, the idea is that service sector organizations are beginning to invest tremendous amount of resources in the management of quality. They live or die on the basis of the standards that they accept for themselves with regards to quality management.
Okay, wonderful. All right. So, I mean, and this will be, I think, my last question around curriculum and faculty, and then we'll move to something else. Are there opportunities for students to engage in research projects under faculty guidance?
Yes, plenty of opportunities. In fact,
Okay.
our program is designed to foster
Mhm.
collaborative partnerships between faculty and students. So if a student is interested in publishing a paper, for example, or a conference paper, they have that opportunity. They only just need to let the instructor know that they have interest in this area, and the instructor typically can facilitate that.
Okay, wonderful. Omar's going to go a little bit more into how we're going to engage online students within our University of Miami community, in a few slides down. But oh, not, oh, you're still there, right?
I am,
Okay.
yes.
So a question that maybe we can answer together. What kind of time commitment should students expect on a weekly basis for this program and to be successful?
Um, Time commitment in the context of attending a class, for example, there's not a physical class, right? So the
Yeah.
students would expect, I mean, I expected to be able to look over the lecture.
Yep.
So the student has the opportunity to go over the lecture in the comfort of his or her own home, uh, formulate questions or ideas that they may want to pursue further with the instructor. The
Okay.
instructor will set up an office hour, a time when students can call in directly and ask questions about the recording that they may have just watched.
Mm-hmm.
And altogether, it really depends on how much time you're willing to put into it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're fascinated by a particular subject matter and you decide, I want to probe deeper into this area, I'm going to take advantage of that office hour that this instructor has, and I'm going to reach out at that time and be able to have a conversation with the instructor. That's something that can easily happen. So think of your time as time to look over the lecture,
Mm-hmm.
time to perhaps go over materials that you may have accumulated either in books or elsewhere, and of course, time to interact directly with the instructor.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you. Now I'm going to move a little bit more into alumni network and career support. One thing that I love about working with Miami is like how global and how national and international we are. So the University of Miami has a global alumni network and strong industry ties. How does the program help students leverage these connections regardless to their location?
So one of the things we're hoping to do is to bring students to campus sometime during the course of the program. And the idea here is for students to get to meet other students so that they can begin to form the kind of network and bonds that would serve them really well into the future. So we hope to have some of these events scheduled for those who can come in. Now, when students cannot come in for any number of reasons, we're also planning to have an opportunity for students to get to interact with other students, even if it's virtual. But
Hmm.
we are cognizant of the fact that building that connection and bond is critical as students go through a program like this.
Yeah. They definitely want to be lockstep together, if they have any questions as they're working on projects, great minds coming together at one table only makes you a better person. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, wonderful.
Absolutely.
Omar's going to go into a little bit of the career services and networking resources. But is there any alumni mentorship opportunities or events, like you just said, coming to campus, for graduate engineering students, to just continue to develop their professional network?
So, as you know, we have students who are resident on campus who are
Hmm.
pursuing master's degree and PhD degrees. We do have a management of technology program, which also is given in residence on campus. Now,
Hmm.
one of the things we would like to do is to bring the on-campus students with the online students to bring them together and give them an opportunity to exchange ideas, a forum to exchange ideas and address any questions that they may have. I think what you would find is that we are retaining the quality and the standards that have been set and for which the University of Miami is known. We're making sure that that same quality goes through even in the online program. And so any attempts to bring students who are on campus together with students who are online is something that we're going to take seriously.
Okay. And so with that, what kind of additional like academic or technical support, when students come into this program, they do have all the technical support. And again, Omar is going to go into some of the support that, they have with you online. But what support do you see them receiving from your faculty that you work with?
So each faculty would have grad students
Hmm.
assigned to them
Yep.
to help them with things like a lab session where they could stay over and entertain questions just about on demand. If somebody says, I would like to meet with someone at this particular time, if the faculty that's assigned that program is not immediately available, we do have grad students who could step in. But I say that to say that we're going to do whatever we need to do to ensure that we're accessible. The
Yep.
faculty will be accessible. And when that's not possible for any number of reasons, we're going to have the support and backup of PhD students.
Wonderful. Thank you for that. Okay. So this is my going to be my last question for you tonight, and then I'll open it up to see. We may not have too much Q&A. I don't know if Omar would have another question for you. No pressure, Omar. But can you describe not an ideal, what a typical student would look like joining this program?
So we spent a lot of time on this
Yeah.
particular question, and
Okay.
and here is some of what we came up with.
Okay.
This is a person who may have been working for a number of years or has only been working for just a couple of years. They're in a technical role and are eager for an opportunity to bring in managerial skills in the course of their duties at work.
Yep.
And as you know, the typical engineer is someone who perhaps is locked into a very technical role all day long. But as this person begins to progress through the system, or as this person craves more challenges and more leadership positions, then they begin to find that there is this need that they have to meet. And that need is the need to understand human dynamics and how all of that plays a role in this new environment. Leadership itself is a whole area of knowledge. There's a body of knowledge that talks about the skills that people need to have to be able to lead. But in our case, we're looking at those skills in the context of a technical environment. And that's different. And there's a real difference there. It's one thing to manage everyone, but it's another thing to manage a technical workforce. And so people who crave that particular added edge now have an opportunity to get the skills. Everything from team building to leadership to operations research and the management of operations and to analytics. All of these things become really important in a technical environment. Now, in terms of age, when we ran the research on this, this can be anyone, people who left school a very long time ago and who suddenly realized that there's an opportunity to hone their skills in certain areas. This is the program for a person like that. But this is also a program for a person who doesn't have that much time. They're
Mm-hmm.
quite busy. They're doing 12 hours a day at work, but they're looking for the flexibility, something that allows them the flexibility to be able to do that work and do it well while
Mm-hmm.
pursuing skills that would enhance their ability to do that work even better. These are the kinds of people we're hoping to attract.
Wonderful. And with that, we now have two questions. So I see Ali Sar, thank you so much for your question. I see Isabella has a question as well. I'm going to ask Isabella's first, just
Mhm.
because, so is this degree something you should wait for a few years of work experience? Is it beneficial for recent grads? Isabella, it looks like you just graduated in May 2025, so congratulations.
The answer is yes, it is actually beneficial for everyone. Now, a young graduate has certain advantages here. You're still familiar with homework assignments and how to do those kinds of things. So that's a benefit. But we believe in a program like this, we have an opportunity to leverage modern technology. And the earlier we can begin to address some of these matters, the better. And for a person who's been in the workforce for a very long time, they too come with an advantage. I think together, what we find is the richness of the communication that we have. We have perspectives that vary from someone who just left school and who is quite connected to the modern environment, modern technology, modern tools, and so on, and someone who may be removed from some of that, but
Mhm.
instead is connected to new technologies that are being applied at work. So I think we don't see any downside whatsoever. The courses themselves actually stand by themselves. I mean, it just takes a blend of students to reveal the richness in the materials.
Wonderful. So, Isabella, you heard it yourself tonight. Please talk to Omar. We would love for you to join, this fall if you would like. So go ahead and start your application and start working on your items. And, we're happy to help you. We are eager to have you a part of our program. So thank you so much, Isabella, for your question and being here tonight. So please ask any other questions. I do have another question from Ali Sar. Ali is from Kazakhstan and visiting Miami in August. So thank you so much. Question is how can I find researchers at your university who might be open to collaboration?
So it should start with the teachers that you interact with directly. I think that's your most direct link to a researcher.
Yeah.
Every single person that you're going to interact with is a researcher.
Yeah.
Now, if their area of expertise is different from what you're seeking, I know that each of them will be happy to direct you to the person who is fundamentally known as the expert in that particular area. But
Yeah.
I would say connect with the person who is teaching the course and just go from there
Yeah.
and follow their guidance.
Love that. Thank
Now,
you.
the second thing to do is you could send me an email and I can connect you with the person that you should be working with.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we have another question, and I can help you answer this as well, but you're going to have more background than I will. But this question is from Felix Garcia. Hi, Felix. Thank you so much for your question and being here tonight. How long has the Masters in Engineering Management program been established at UM?
So this is a relatively new program. Now we've been discussing this and flushing it out and taking it through governance and so on for about 2.5 years now.
Good. Okay.
But we're launching it this fall.
Yeah, it's so needed. You know, the industrial systems engineering and the engineering management is just, I used to do a lot of work with Boeing. I know a lot of people at Boeing still, and ISE is definitely a it word over there.
That's right.
Okay. Any other questions from individuals tonight? Okay, well, we're gonna go back to our slide part of the presentation. Dr. Omochuno, I cannot thank you enough. Like this has just been absolutely wonderful, and I enjoyed your insight tonight, and I'm sure everyone here has enjoyed your insight as well. I wish I could take your class, so you may see me. No, I'm joking. I won't come in, but it's been amazing to hear a little bit more of your vision and more about the curriculum and the curriculum outcomes today. So truly appreciate everything tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sean.
Omar, would you like to wrap us up?
Yeah, absolutely. So just keeping in mind all the information that we received and how is it that we further serve students? One of the main things is for our online students to remember that you have the same access to campus resources as our campus students. You're a cane like any of our other canes, so it's just a different modality. So we have a lot of different services to address the needs that students might have, like the Topple Career Center, Disability Services Launchpad, which is for entrepreneurship and mentoring, as well as the Graduate Student Association online library. There's actually many, many more resources, and we get a lot of questions about, professional networking and how we assist students. And you'll notice that all these different type of services that we have are to try to meet the needs that you might have, especially for those that are really interested, taking the next step in the industry, trying to find out different areas of the industry you might be trying to get into. And so you'll find that there's more than one way to find an answer. And we just absolutely enjoy being able to answer as many questions as we can from the beginning. So whether it's professional networking or other questions related within the program, we're more than happy to assist with that. So in regard to the application process, so it's actually very straightforward in regard to the different components that you need. So of course, you'll need official transcripts. It's not listed on here, but there's a $50 application fee as well. Of course, two letters of recommendation, your resume, your personal statement. For those that are interested in financial aid, we always recommend for you to do your FAFSA as soon as you can. We don't control the turnaround time on that. But certainly, any questions you might have that we didn't answer related to financial aid, by all means, you can reach out to one of us enrollment advisors to help you. And of course, you'll see the submission of the online application itself.
And with that, with federal student aid, I completely agree with Omar. Please fill that out as soon as possible. But our federal, our financial aid team here at Miami will be a great resource for you as well.
And that final deadline is coming up really quick, August 11th. We always encourage students, try to get everything as soon as you can. We, of course, will help make that process as smooth as possible on our end. And of course, do remember that spots are limited, and we definitely don't want you to miss out on this great opportunity. So again, there's the reminder there. We're available to you either via phone or through live chat. In addition, you'll see the link there for the application. And also there's a nifty little QR code for those of you that want to take advantage of that now. And with that being said, before we let you go, I want to say thank you to our amazing panelists today, sharing all the wonderful information today. And for the rest of you out there, we hope to see you soon as a future Kane, and we hope that you enjoy the rest of your day.
Yes. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
everyone.